An artist in the 209 is taking vintage pictures and then reimagining them with beautiful bright colors.
This is so cool. So Cody took the Caravan to Lodi. He's getting a lesson in painting this morning. Hey, Cody.
Yes, I am. Cody, Alan Parsons Project. Okay,
Oh,
anyway,
okay.
we are here with Geneva. Geneva, your art is amazing. I absolutely love it because you're bringing color and life to something that's just black and white and old.
Yeah, thank you. I get really inspired by finding all these old photos in thrift stores and shoe boxes and whatnot, and it's kind of like almost the lost puppy thing. It's like, oh, well, these are somebody's family members, and they're just sitting here, and I got to take them home. So yeah,
I love that lost puppy.
yeah, bringing them back to life with a little color, making it more contemporary, using like bright neons or just kind of day glow hues. It just kind of makes them feel new and fresh, and then they tell new stories.
Yeah, they totally do. We're looking at some of your artwork right here. The colors just pop. So it is absolutely the opposite of the black and white photo.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, as I said earlier, in studying drawing and figure work, if you get all those lights and shadows like in the right spot, if your values are correct, you can commit crimes with color.
And I like to commit crime.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we started with our backgrounds.
Yes.
You just paint, you kind of wash a little background right there to get it going?
Yeah, I like to get a little background color. Staring at a blank canvas is pretty intimidating. So if I mess it up first, then I'm not afraid to mess it up later.
Okay, well, good, because I really messed that one up. I totally messed that one up. Okay, so can you show them what you're going to be painting as we go through the day today?
Yeah. So I've chosen this image. This actually came from my neighbor across the street. She gave me a big old envelope full of photos. And so, yeah, I'm going to try and get these three girls here. And one of my favorite things about it is you can see the whites of the dresses. Their highlights are so blown out that you can't see all the little folds in there. So that's going to kind of create a flat effect if I do it that way. But we'll see. I'm intuitive, so I'm just going to see what happens as I go.
Okay, and then I'll show you guys what I'm going to be working on. Unfortunately, I did not bring a picture of John Dabkovich. I realized my mistake, but I'm going to do this guy right here because I kind of like the perspective of this going back behind him, and I like his hat. Yeah.
I like it too, Cody.
So it's gotten to a point now where people are actually giving you photographs.
Yes. Yeah. So I think I have a collection now where I could probably paint for 10 years and not run out of material. But it's so much fun just kind of seeing how things were in the past and then taking those and thinking about where we're going in the future.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I totally get that. Okay, what's our next step? What are we going to do
So
next?
our next step is to kind of lay in a value plan. So a value plan is where your lights and darks are going to go.
Okay.
And then, if you've got figures, like kind of knowing where the head's going to go and where the body's going to go and fitting that into in place, but we're looking at general shapes, making things as simple as possible. And so once you get everything in there real simply, like just triangles and rectangles and squares and circles, then you get to go forward and put all the details on there and it pops right out.
All right, that sounds good. I'm going to actually call this guy General Shape.
Okay.
General Shape, that's going to be the name of my painting. All right, coming up, stick with us. We're going to paint together this morning. Back to you guys in the studio. By the way, Courtney, congratulations on your winning football team this weekend.
Cody,
Auburn,
it's
of course.
too soon. Oh, you're talking about my college football.
This is actually
Yes.
This is actually filled with tears.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
I thought you were going to say arsenic.
Honestly, after that double overtime loss, I would have chosen the arsenic, John.
My Hornets did well. It was a stressful game, but we came out victorious. Let's go. Let's go, Hornets. Stingers up. Thanks, Cody.
Thank you, Code. By taking inspiration from vintage pictures to create stunning works of art, we're tagging along to see her creative process.
And we're going to check back in with Cody Stark, who is hanging out in Lodi. Hey, Code.
Yep. I took a big bite. Took a big bite of the art apple. I'm not feeling real good about this. Okay, so talk me through this. What do you think?
Sure. Well, hey, you got a good start. You know what? You've got your linear perspective down.
Okay.
That is hard for some people. Watching how those diagonal lines, they're both going to a vanishing point. So you know that there's something in the distance there. So the fact that you got that, you're ahead of the game.
Oh, I'm ahead of the game, guys. I'm ahead of the game. Now let's look at yours,
Okay.
because it's already beautiful. I love this. You've done a little editing, though. Just because it's on the photograph doesn't mean you have to paint it.
That's true, yeah. So you can kind of use your artist's eye.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's something there you don't like, you find it distracting, you just paint it out, or
Take it
not
out.
at all. Yeah, so this big tree trunk right here, I kind of found that distracting, splitting the horizon line into two like that. So there's no tree. So I'll just go ahead and just leave things out.
That tree was no good anyway. You can see it's leaning a little bit. It's probably got some bugs in it. Okay, so let's talk shadows.
Okay, so if you can see here, I've kind of simplified these shadows into one big kind of general shaped mass. So the darkest areas right here, they're in the front. When you put dark colors next to light colors, you get more contrast, things pop out forward. So I made my dark shadows into simple shapes right at the front, and then as I go backwards, they're going to get more gray, which leads to atmospheric perspective. So those landscape painters out there, they know you put the gray fuzzy stuff in the background and the bright colorful stuff in the foreground, and it makes it pop.
And it gives you the depth that you're looking for.
Exactly.
Okay, I feel like I'm getting a little master class here. I'm getting a little master class. Let's go back to how this gal got started. You were inspired by a British artist, right?
Yes, there's a British artist named Amy Dury. She's actually having her first New York show this month. Wish I could make it, but just watching her create images from old family movies on Instagram, especially during the pandemic, it kind of got ideas flowing. And so I started painting pictures from my own family's albums, and then started collecting them from wherever I could find them.
Interesting. That's so interesting. You took a time off in between painting. You were painting younger, and then you had a kid, and the life got in the way and stuff. And then when did you come back to it?
So, funny story. I was actually having lunch with an old friend about when my son was 5 years old, and they asked me, hey, what are you doing with your art? It was such a big part of your life. And I said, well, I'm not doing any art right now. And kind of felt, that didn't feel like me. So, this gallery right here, Double Dip Gallery, Tony Segali started hosting a little drawing workshop in 2021. I joined and decided to go once a week, and just setting that time aside got me drawing again, and then got me painting again, and it just all took off from there.
Yeah, I love that story. That's a great story. All right, stick around, guys. We'll continue our painting. So far, she's winning. Is there? It's not supposed to be a competition, but she's blowing me out of the water. That's all coming up. Back to you guys.
Cody, yours is really good.
It really is, yeah. Cody.
Listen, this is a judgment-free zone. We're doing art.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't judge me.
Whatever comes out of you is valid.
That's right. Absolutely. Thanks, Code.
Welcome back, Cody's Caravan. We're live in Lodi this morning, hanging out with the great Geneva Mello this morning. Once again, if you're just tuning in, she takes old photographs, that are black and white, these old photographs and stuff, and brings them to life. This is turning out so well.
Thank you.
So well. Okay, one tip. She started off without her glasses on.
I did.
So that helps you with the blocking.
Yes. So with my glasses off, I can't really see facial features. I just see okay, there's a dark smudge there, kind of looks like an eye socket. There's this triangle piece. Okay, that's the nose. And I just lay out things in a general geometric pattern that way. And then now that I'm getting to detail, glasses go on and oh, wow. Okay. That's what I'm doing.
That's a great tip. Matter of fact, I'm going to look back at the studio right now. Wow, you guys really are blocky. Yeah,
Very
I can totally paint you.
Never
yeah.
looked better, right?
Okay, yeah, exactly. You look fantastic. So since you're using these old photographs, sometimes magic happens. That picture right there was based off a photograph that you got where?
I found that one online. It was part of the San Joaquin County Archives. I think during COVID, UC Merced had a project where they were digitizing a lot of old photos. So that was from a county fair, probably in the 1940s. And yeah, so from that, I've done other photos from that archive, and there is one gentleman in town who swears he knows exactly who the people are in those pictures. So
That's so neat. That's so neat. And he knew their names.
yes, yeah. So when I went back and looked at the caption of the photo, sure enough, it's like, okay, that's who that is.
Crazy. So you're saying to art class, you're like, oh, I know, that's Janine or whatever. Okay, so at this point, you put your glasses on, and you're starting to fill in some of the detail.
Yeah, so I'm starting to lay in more correct shapes for eye sockets, the shadows under the nose, where the mouth might go. So really, when I start doing finer details, it's really only going to be on the figures. The background I'm going to leave pretty hazy because that's not really important to me. So what's important to me is their expressions, how they're sitting, where they're positioned, and their relationship to each other.
Your form is fantastic. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay, so plug your website. You got your art up there and
Sure.
everything people can purchase?
Well, right now I have one print available for purchase, and that's at the Sunset Theater here in town. I did a little painting of it a few years ago while it was being restored, and now that they're getting ready to knock it down, people have gotten really interested in that painting. So I made prints of it. That's available on my website, genevamello.com.
Go check it out. I'm telling you, she's so good. I mean, look at these. These are just gorgeous. Like, I want to know that dude. That dude's got a story. He's got a story. All right, stick around. We'll continue our painting lessons coming up.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Code.
Artiste.
An artist in Lodi has a unique process for creating her paintings, and Cody stopped by to visit her and get a little lesson in painting and art this morning.
Cody's Caravan in Lodi this morning. Been hanging out with Geneva. She's teaching me a little bit about art, a little bit about painting.
No.
I unfortunately did that. Not pleased with that. I learned that I should have taken my glasses off first. That would have helped. But anyway, I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter. No, I had a really good time doing this. Your work, there's so much movement.
Yeah. So, when you're learning art, you go through all the different styles. You learn how to do photorealism and get things like real correct, and then you learn how to kind of make it a little more abstract. And I've just kind of found through the process that all that tedious little detail work on everything doesn't make me happy. So I pick and choose what I really want to focus on. And so I'll do a lot of movement, a lot of big blocky brush strokes, and let the drips and, kind of paint veils come through, and just take it from there and see what the paint wants to do.
Speaking of which, that one almost killed you. The one with the horses, because the roof up there, you were like, oh, what was I thinking?
Oh, yeah. And that's, being an engineer's daughter, I had to do a lot of architectural drawings growing up. So you get to know your 1 and 2 point perspective. So, yeah, just drawing all those little rafters going right back into the distance. Yeah. It was a pain in the butt, but I got it done.
You got it done. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. By the way, it's called Pink Pony Club, which is hilarious. I love that. Okay, so as you're taking these old photographs and you're bringing them back to life, do you start to get overly familiar with them? Do you create like a story in your head? Because I would.
I do. Sometimes I'll pick a photo based on how I'm feeling that day. And the same thing with the colors. And then also how the characters kind of relate. Now here we have, it looks like a mother and 2 daughters. The younger girl, actually both of these girls kind of look like my mom a little bit, and my mom and my aunt are about the same age difference. So it really does feel like something that might be part of my family.
I love it. I love it. You're so good. You're so good. Will you be showing your art anytime? Because I know we just had an art show, right?
Yes, we just wrapped up the Lodi Open Studios tour this last weekend. I helped organize the event. We had 24 artists in 14 locations open up their studios around town. That was my last big thing. I will have a solo show sometime next year here at Double Dip.
Okay.
I don't know when yet, but I'm just going to keep painting, and whenever they tell me bring work in, I'll have it ready.
You'll be ready to go. By the way, come to Double Dip. You get some ice cream, and you accidentally learn something, and you get to see some beautiful art. What a cool concept of this place.
Yeah, no, it's a really great spot in town. The owners are very, very supportive of the local artists, and they're always, willing to work with us, host us for our Lodi Arts Foundation events, open studio tours, and they also work with the local Breakthrough Project Club here in town and host a little art competition with scholarships. So it's a great spot.
That is great. That is great. Okay, I want people to keep up with you. I think you've got something. I love this whole idea. And then when you show this, do you also bring the photograph out so they can see the before after?
I post that on Instagram a lot, and I did have the idea of kind of putting together a photo album for maybe a future show. So I've got some ideas in the works.
Okay.
We'll see how I get them together.
Okay. Once again, mine, it just, I don't know. I'm not super happy with it, quite honestly. It's not super happy with it. But general shape, I would like to give that to you.
Oh,
That is
Thank
for you. I want you to have general shape. That's what I'm calling my painting.
Wonderful.
So nice to meet you. If people want to learn more about what you're doing and your website,
Yes, at my website, I also have a newsletter that I kind of put out once a month and lets people know where I'm at, where they can find me, where my art's at, and also a lot of community stuff going on here. Being the chair of the Lodi Arts Commission, I'm kind of involved in a lot of art things around San Joaquin County. So my newsletter has a sign up on my website, genevamello.com. So yeah, if you guys want to hear about it, I'm there.
fantastic. Thank you so much. This was fun today. I learned some stuff. All right, back to you guys.
Thanks, Code.
Thank you, Code.